Guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today I'm back on the pay to win account. As you can see, we got 22 likes for hitting the Wall of Legends, which is very cool, guys. Big shout out. Thank you for that. But ultimately, I wanted to go over a few quality of life improvements that I would love to see into AFK Arena. First one being the Bard's Tale. This one drives me crazy for the simple fact it shows the news. It pops up every single time that you enter the game. If you're running 8 accounts like I do, you see this an absolute crazy amount of time, especially if you're going between accounts. They need a way to turn this off. I know it's a good feature. They take a lot of time to compile the information. I know a lot of players also do not look at it and they just go ahead and try to tap somewhere on the screen to get rid of it without having to go through a bunch of different heroes and making sure that it's maxed out. I would love to see that option be turned off. Same with what we see here with the community tab. Once you go through and you get rid of all of your red exclamation points, because you go ahead and you complete anything that you need to get rid of them, when you come back, unfortunately, the red exclamation point for the community cannot go away. I cannot find any way to get rid of it, which I don't understand. And on the flip side, when you start getting more Field of Stars, I never get the red exclamation points for the Field of Stars. So I really think that would be a strong quality of life improvement if we could get red exclamation points where you need them to, which again would be very, very nice to see. Some of the other things that I want to see, of course, is, and we've stressed this so many times, guys, is a remove gear button. So when we're going through the different factions, you have to manually remove your gear to put it on other heroes, or you have to go to a specific hero and search through your gear to find exactly what you're looking for. So I would either like one of two things, and again, we've talked about this for quite a while now, but we've never seen it implemented in the game, is either a remove all gear button, so I could just go ahead and remove the gear, or possibly making it a prioritize the gear button. So if I could pick a faction or a class or a specific formation that I could put into here, let's say I wanted to run, in this instance, Iran Laika. If they had a button possibly in here, not just to see the artifacts that they have equipped, but if they could have a button just to optimize the gear, I think it would be absolutely phenomenal. So with the optimization button, it would pull the gear off of any hero specifically to give this formation that I'm building right here the best possible gear that we can have to allow us to easily swap between, because again, it gets super, super tedious when it comes to swapping gear, the builds themselves. Even when it comes to some of the heroes in here, is saving the gear within the formations themselves, which would be awesome, because that would even work. Let's say you came over here to the Twisted Realm. Right now we have up the Grotesque Mage. You could go ahead, start the battle, drop your formation in there. You know they have, click on that gear optimization button. Based on your settings, it would equip their gear. It would equip any of their tier 3 faction gear, specifically what they have. Just like right here, I have Isolde. This is not the best gear because I have Isolde tier 3 gear that we're building. So being able to not just equip the gear here, he's already wearing the best available gear. Because we have to remove it here, we have to equip it here. This is a super tedious process when you're going through and actually building out heroes. And we've seen it 10 times over now because of the King's Tower specifically. So the King's Tower, when you're going through here, if you're running on minimal gear, so let's say I only have 2, 3, maybe 4 gear sets. When you're running through here, you're going to be removing and replacing and swapping gear a incredible amount of time, which is what we've talked about before, is there is going to be an incredible amount of time that you're actually going to have to continue to swap everything in there. Another quality of life thing, and this is definitely a pet peeve for a lot of people, is when you look at the Stargazer and you look at the probabilities of what you can pick up in the Stargazer, we do have cards. So it's great to see the loot. It is great to see all of these. Looking in here, the fragments specifically, going through all of the different artifacts, as you can see, there are no fragments for the class specific artifacts. So I would love to see the class specific artifacts in here because we could pull them out of here. It would be awesome to see if you're getting into further into the game, and especially when you start getting into late end game, a lot of these fragments or a lot of these Dura's artifacts we already have at 5 stars. So we're just picking up extra fragments that we can sell for gold, but we don't have an option to pick up more class specific artifacts in there. And then of course, going down here, this is my biggest pet peeve ever, is the arena tickets, guys. It gives us a ton of arena tickets in here. I would like to see more resources, or I would like to see, even if it's these small little resources, these will accumulate over time. But again, instead of those arena tickets, I wish there was a way that we could actually just turn off getting the arena tickets to allow us to maximize some of the essence that we need out of here. Really more of a choice than a priority. But even with a lot of the enchantments, when you start leveling up, you get a lot of gear out of the guild bosses. You usually don't utilize these at all because you have more than enough gear. So I think they could really rework a little bit of the Stargazer just to make the functionality of it a little bit better, and possibly the rewards a little bit better. I think honestly in here, it would make a very, very big difference. So definitely just a couple of quality of life. We know we've changed it with the Union, where now these are permanent bonuses. In the past, they were not. I also wish that they would do something with strengthening signature items to allow you to put heroes in here, I guess, ones that you don't want to build or ones that you want to build. That way I can specifically see who I want to go through. Because right now I go through a bunch of heroes that, if they're a priority to only keep to plus 20, they're only going to stay at plus 20, like Shamira. I'm not going to take her signature item anymore. However, going through, I cannot get rid of the red exclamation point for anything, and she will always stay here with all of these other heroes in the signature items. And the same, they do the same with strength and gear. So this is just flagging most of these to either do the reset scroll, which we see a lot. Let me find one that's got the reset scroll. So it's flagging the gear for a possible reset scroll, because I have those reset scrolls to re-roll his gear, which again, I wish this is an option that you could just turn off to make it a little clean, because even when I look at strength and gear, I have a ton of heroes in here. I'm not going to go through all of them because I know who I'm going to build. I have a ton of emblems in here. I'm sitting waiting for new heroes to come out. So I'm not going to use any of my heroes or any of my emblems yet. All of the stuff still sits there. There could also be some definite good changes, like this little question mark. This is another one. So I know right here, I am going to get a mythic piece, but it does not tell me what it is. So I am not going to know what it is. I wish that once you did the claim, so once I do the collect, it would pop up and show me what it is. Instead, boom, it goes to my bag. There it flies. So now looking in here at my caster gear, I have no clue what it was. Unfortunately, it could have been this one, but I don't think so because it had the little faction, but it could be one of these, but I do not know because it doesn't tell me what I get. Unfortunately, I would love to see what it gives me when I go ahead and redeem that. I think it would be cool to see what exact faction gear that it gave me when I did the redemption of it. And again, guys, this is just a couple little tweaks to the game that I think would really improve the quality of life. The Bard's Tale, this drives me crazy because I see it probably close to 20 or 30 times a day. And sometimes, especially on a smaller screen, it's harder to click off it. There's no close button short of clicking off of the screen. But guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let me know what quality of life improvements you would want to see. I know when we did the collaboration with Vulcan and with AFK Artie, we went over quite a few things, but there are a lot of things that could definitely be some little tweaks, starting with the gear. The gear is really the biggest thing that I seem to have a hurdle with, because it is just an absolute insane amount of time consumption, especially again, running multiple counts. So guys, again, let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.